We're now taking a live look around our coverage area with our Thompson Roofing and Construction Sky Camera Network. The first round of dangerous heat this summer locked in on the Tennessee Valley. Let's check in now with Way 31 meteorologist Rob Elvington.
He's over in the Storm Tracker Weather Center right now, keeping an eye on what we're seeing through the week.
Yeah.
Rob, is there any end in sight to this extreme heat?
You know, it's still going to be pretty warm here this weekend with highs in the low 90s, but at least the humidity will be dropping off some. So a little bit of relief this weekend before another heat wave moves in next weekend. Nikel, you just mentioned in the last couple of minutes about that big storm complex that moved through Chicago last night. There's actually a little bit of a connection here in Alabama. I'll talk more about that coming up in just a moment. But yeah, we're in the mid 90s right now at the 5 o'clock update. And we've seen those heat index values back above 100 today. Not as high as yesterday, but still we're talking from 11 a.m. all the way through 5 o'clock with values at or above 100, except for that 1 hour at 1 o'clock. Again, we were seeing values closer to 108 yesterday in Huntsville. And something I get very often, of course, this time of the year is, yeah, but this happens all the time. We get the heat and the humidity. Well, not necessarily. Yesterday, we had a peak heat index of 108 in Huntsville. That's at the Huntsville International Airport. If you go back over just the last 10 years, we have only seen 5 days with heat index values at or above 108. Of course, we have yesterday, but then you have to go all the way back to 2019. So it never happened in 2021 or 2020. And we hit actually 110 for a heat index in 2019. Same in 2019 the day before. And then if you go all the way back to 2016, again, just those 5 days in the last, let me do the math, 6 years. So again, it's not that often. Look at the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network. We are quiet right now. You'll notice these storms off to our south. And this is what I was talking about with Chicago. You got these storms that are moving to the west right now. But if we go back over the last 24 hours, watch the animation. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see it. These big complexes of thunderstorms, we call these MCSs. This one developing closer to Chicago and then moving on the backside of our high, that clockwise flow. So you'll notice dropping down into Virginia, the Carolinas, Georgia, and then it's now racing into Alabama. So again, 24 hours ago, that storm complex now here in Alabama. So I'll keep a close eye on that through the next few hours. Should stay just off to our south. Look at this evening. Look at that. 81 degrees still at 11 o'clock. And I'll look at our feels like forecast. Still feels like the mid 90s here at 8 o'clock this evening. And then through the overnight hours, all the way into your Wednesday afternoon, we're starting to see those heat index values back up to 100. And we'll see those peak values closer to 103, 104, 105. And that's why we have that heat advisory in place again for your Wednesday. So there's a look at our peak values here through the next 5 days. Again, still at or above 105 all the way through Friday. There's that slight drop I was talking about for this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, it's going to feel more like the mid to upper 90s with actual temperatures down into the low 90s. But then we're tracking some bigger changes next week. Future radar, 8 o'clock this evening. Again, that storm complex staying just to our south. And then by tomorrow, you'll notice that we're dry all the way through about lunchtime. Then we're seeing a few pop-up showers and storms developing by 4 o'clock. Nothing widespread, but just like today, we got to watch these thunderstorm complexes moving in from out of Georgia. That could bring some widespread rain by tomorrow evening. Just something we'll have to monitor through the entire next 24 hours. Rainfall forecast, not expecting much, maybe a trace to 1/4 of an inch. That's it. And look at the heat building in by Monday and Tuesday of next week. We're back up to 97 on Monday, 98 on Tuesday. A lot of data indicating we could hit 100 next week.
After the Mars rover recently adopted a pet rock, some scientists decided to join in on the fun.
And how a new research group will soon bring samples back